What is going on, my familia? Hopefully, you're having a great day today, just like I am. Today is another great Monday. Had a great week and weekend. A lot of stuff that came out, especially celebrating Mother's Day. For us Mexicans, it's on the 10th, so a few more days. But everybody else celebrated this weekend, and of course, I'm gonna celebrate it two times. You got to celebrate your mom. So for me, a lot of good things happened this last week. A lot of stuff that was leaked got confirmed, as well as Battlefield released their trailer to their new Battlefield 1, amazing, as well as some of the stuff that got leaked for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was confirmed, as well as new tech. Nvidia released their new series. They had a lot of people come down to Texas and kind of do like a little show weekend, and then kind of show them the new series that's coming out. So definitely going to go over all that today and share that with you. So let's get started. So guys, like I was saying, there's I'm be talking about Nvidia right now. They actually released this weekend. They did an event for certain people, brought them out to Texas, and let them see like the new flagship series they're coming out with, which is the 1070 and the 1080 series graphics card, which is already VR ready, SLI ready. Really they're saying this thing is going to be 3 times as faster as the 980, the Titan. As well as I have some notes here I kind of took. They said 3 times as faster as the previous card, which is the 980s. Actually, and they're actually adding in this one, there's some amazing VR settings and things that you're gonna able to do with VR coming out, and people taking advantage of it, and all the companies releasing some type of VR. VR has been released before. A lot of people think it's like brand new, but it was it's been tested before. Some companies released it didn't do that well. Well, now I think it's time where you're actually able to involve the people in the VR and actually get them where they feel like they're immersed in the actual environment. Where before it didn't feel like that. I was able to try some VR stuff, but with the Oculus Rift, but even that was still in the early stages. So now with the new VRs coming out, it's blowing all the old stuff out of the water, and I think that's something that a lot of people are taking into consideration, and that's kind of where things are headed. Where we're gonna see in the next couple of years how VR takes off and what where it kind of leads. I do think it's time for it, and I think it's time for people to kind of see that, and not just that, but be able to push themselves to sit and involve themselves in something that can immerse them into a full style game where you do lose yourself, because that's why you play video games, is to lose yourself into the game and kind of you feel like you're that person. So I really hope that with this upgraded graphics card, it actually gives you the ability to actually do that, because it's some of the graphics cards, they're great. 980s are good. I have a 970, but it's still like the power. You lose that power when you go to VR, because it requires so much power. So for me, I think that this is the next step, the next evolution, and I think everybody's gonna start jumping on board. But I really liked. I was watching some of the videos and some of the reviews on it, and people can't wait to get their hands on it. I can't wait to try it out as well. So hopefully we'll be able to get a hold of one of those and really push it to the limit. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it is the Nvidia. It's running the CUDA core with 8 gigabytes of DDR standard memory with 10 gigabyte speed. Like I said, it's VR ready, SLI ready. Let's see, this thing is maxing now at a crazy resolution of, what is it? It's a 7680 by 4320 at 60 gigahertz. So this thing's gonna look pretty crazy. This is the thing you buy that expensive monitor, expensive TV for, so you can see the gameplay, the crispness, the textures, and everything else. This is what this is gonna soon become like the flagship of what people need to have to run the game. So that from Nvidia, that's the thing to come out recently. Still waiting on a little bit more details. Right now, you can only sign up for their email, where they'll let you know. They'll give you a notification to let you know when it's out, what the price is, and everything else. But for right now, you can sign up for that. I signed up for it. We'll see what happens, and definitely more news to come with that one. Very soon in the near future. Okay, so the next thing we're actually going to be talking about is games. This last week there was a lot of leak stuff, and this last week was about confirming that, finding out if they really is. So the first and foremost, we all know Call of Duty, and then on, I believe it was Friday, they released finally the trailer for Battlefield, in which is going to be called Battlefield 1. So they're taking it from World War One, pushing it back to that time era where the vehicles and the weaponry are going to be from World War One. So I think that's kind of cool. When they first released this leaked trailer that got out, it kind of looked almost the same thing, alien, like Call of Duty was doing, kind of space and this and that, because you just saw a smoke screen, a guy standing up front with a pistol, and then you saw something coming through it. So it looked a little alienish, and a lot of people were worried about that. But then once it was clarified, it's actually a blimp. It's a huge blimp that you can get on. The Lindbergh kind of style. So it was cool to see that they're, I enjoyed playing Battlefield. I enjoyed playing the other games for PC that were, World War II, Vietnam War, those kind of, historical war games, and getting into the vehicles and being able to do that. And I think that's one thing I really enjoy about Battlefield is that. And then because now this is Battlefield 1, again, they're going to be using the weaponry and also the vehicles. So for air, all the old-fashioned airplanes and blimps and stuff like that. And then you're also going to have by land, so jeep, tanks, that nature. And then by water, you're going to have boats. I don't know if there's subs or anything of that nature. I do know there's boats and other sea craft. So of course they always take it to the next level. And as well as this is going to be as high as 64 player games. I really love that you get that immersion of, it feels like a war game. You get immersed in it because up to 64 players in the game. Trust me, that's going to give you a lot of play time, a lot of time, a lot of area. And if they're having that many people, then the maps are going to be large. They're going to be well planned out, and there's a lot of area to play on. And I think that's going to be something really to look forward to. Especially it's two different sides of a coin. You have Call of Duty, which is one side, and then you have Battlefield, which is the other side. So it's kind of how far you want to immerse yourself into a war game. If you're looking for the fast-paced, more futuristic weapons and all this, yeah, of course you're gonna choose Call of Duty. If you want something that's a little bit more, like I said, you work with the team up to 64 players, weaponry is different. You kind of have to, old-fashioned revolver, pistol, stuff like that. You're gonna have to kind of get used to that kind of gameplay. But you also get vehicles, so that's a big upside. It is using vehicles. You don't get to use vehicles now. They did tease it in the Call of Duty where they went into space and you saw the jet do this crazy maneuver and the wings went in. All it's cool, but I'm almost 100% sure that's only gonna be for the single player, not the multiplayer. The multiplayer, I seriously doubt they'll have that. And for me, the Battlefield comes out. When does it come out? Let's see. Comes out October 21st. So it's coming out before the Call of Duty. So you're gonna get a good enough, at least a month's worth of time to play Battlefield and really get a feel for it and really feel how what the mechanics are of that game. Especially for people that haven't played a Battlefield game before, it's a totally different feel, totally style of gameplay. So it's not the same as Call of Duty. So if you're coming from there, it's going to be something different. But again, I think it's something for you to always try out and for you to see the two different sides of the coin. So then with Call of Duty, that one comes out, I believe. Let me see here. I have notes again on the side here. November 4th. So about almost a month. A little less, probably like 3 weeks. But again, so many people have been coming out with Call of Duty. The videos, you can look online, it's so many negative comments, everything else. Look, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. It's been around for a long time. They're trying to up the ante with it all the time. And for me, Call of Duty, once it started getting rocket boosters and your people are flying through the air, like again, like I said in one of my other videos, like this Space Jam, you're flying across the air. I got turned off on that. A lot of people were voicing their opinion, telling them, look, we would want something boots on the ground. Give us something where we actually have to work as a team, and it's not a random shot flying across the air to kill somebody. This is Call of Duty. We want the core of it. So it is what it is. There's still a lot of information that hasn't been released yet, but they did release that it will come with Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. I think that's one of the big things that everybody's excited for. There is a downside because they're not releasing it as a separate game. You have to get Call of Duty, the Infinite Warfare, to get the remastered one. So some people are ticked off about that because they're like, well, I'm gonna buy one game just to toss it in the trash and just play the remastered. Of course, remastered as well. They're saying that I believe it's 10 levels. More updates are going to be coming, but there's certain levels. So what's going to happen there? Are they going to release added levels or the extended levels or the same levels for DLC where you actually have to buy the continued levels and gameplay and this and that? So I don't really know what's going on there. You know, they're trying. I think they put through the remastered in there because they knew some people were gonna be excited for it, and that's what was gonna get their game to be sold. That's the big thing. I think with this game they're happy about releasing the Infinite Warfare, but I don't think they had the full confidence in it. So they were like, we need to throw something on top of this to kind of give an icing for people to buy the game. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, that's coming out November 4th. You can pre-buy it now, pre-purchase it. It is what it is. But for me, I'm gonna end up buying it. I'm playing Black Ops 3 right now. Like I said, I love it and I hate it. It's good to fast-paced, get in and go, but you know, like I said, the whole flying thing is bad for me. It takes away from it. I come from Counter-Strike, the original Call of Duty. You know, that's what I remember. This whole flying thing is really throwing me off. But if you can't choose one or the other, just remember, Battlefield is more of a slow pace, more of a vehicles, that kind of thing. You know, wandering terrain, looking how to actually achieve your goal. Call of Duty is jump in, fire, get going, faster pace. So if you're really into that, you choose which one. Okay, so for really exciting news, can't wait. It's actually releasing May 10th of this year, so in a couple more days. It's actually releasing tomorrow actually is releasing is Uncharted 4, The Thief's End. Oh man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time. It's amazing. I've seen the previews, some of the walkthroughs already that are being released to it. Nathan Drake is back. He's doing amazing things in this one. The scenery alone is just mind-boggling. It's just, I can't get past it. I'm an Xbox person, but PlayStation stepping up with some of these titles that are like, only on PlayStation, and some of these get, the same thing with Call of Duty. They get stuff before everybody else. So they really this year have taken the cake on that. But for me, Uncharted 4, I've been waiting. I was playing Uncharted 3 for a while just to get back into the game and kind of involve myself again, and now seeing this is going crazy. It's going bananas, and I can't wait. So again, May 10th, if you haven't pre-ordered it, go get it now. If you want something that's going to captivate you and give you that story, certain people are like story mode, some people just like the shooter game, stuff like that. I'm one of those people. I love stories. I love where you have to actually learn something. You have to do if there's a puzzle that you have to go through. That's why I really like God of War. All these games that you have to use puzzles to solve. So for me, I think that this is going to be a game that I'm going to be stuck on for a while, definitely, and as well as a lot of people are. So if you're looking for a game that's going to keep you for a while, and it's a story, and you can involve yourself into it and really get immersed in it, then definitely go pick up Uncharted 4. I don't get sponsored, none of that. I just think it's a really good game, especially if you got kids and you want some alone time when you're a male or female. It doesn't matter. You got kids, you have your time to kind of immerse yourself in something different. This game will immerse you. You'll be able to and the thing is, you can put it down, do what you got to do in life, come back to it and pick up where you left off, and you'll still remember, oh yeah, this and this, or this and the views alone, the cinematography on this is great. So especially, I'd say if you want something to immerse yourself in, get this game. It's right now GameStop, everywhere you can get it online. You can get even, I think, some of the legendary packs where it comes with a statue of Nathan Drake and some other, they're still available. So I'd say go and get it as fast as possible. So yeah, again, if you want it, go get it. So after talking about Nathan Drake and the Uncharted 4, the next thing I want to talk about is something that I was able to play this weekend. I'm gonna have another video about it, full in view, gameplay and everything else, what my thoughts were. But a short thing is, everybody was actually able to play Overwatch. Everybody was streaming it on Twitch. Everybody was playing it, doing some reviews. So for me, I went to give myself a few days of playing it so I can actually get myself involved in, okay, what is the main concept of the game? How do you perceive it? How is it just another Team Fortress, another Call of Duty first-person shooter. How do you take it? So I want to say that this game is a great game, a great a team game to play. There are some bugs that they got to work out, a few things, but for me, I think it's a really good, solid game, starter game. You have over over 20 characters you can choose from. They all do something different. They all have a different ability, a weakness. It's also your gameplay. How do you want to play them? Some of these characters, just on their standard shooting pistols and stuff like that, have different varieties where you're actually able to change it. All around, the beta went very well for me. I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people that I talked to that they were playing it, they enjoyed it, and they have now like a group, at least one from each one, because you have your defense, you have your tanks, you have your support, and then you have your attack, your damage. Gameplay is about attack and defense. Again, like I said, it reminded me of Team Fortress upgraded. Like Team Fortress, from back in the day to now 2125 or 2155, the futuristic one. So I really enjoyed it. The downside to it though was that I think they do need to fix the sense of how many players can choose that character, because there was some gameplay that I was playing later in the day I believe on Saturday, and came into the game, and all of a sudden I look and there's the whole team is a character called Roadhog, I think. He's a melee character tank. One of his abilities is able to heal himself. He has a hook chain where he throws it and he can hook people to him. And then his main weapon is like a small sawed-off shotgun. So your main thing is you lasso somebody, bring them to you, and shoot them in the face with the shotgun. And the lasso does a little damage. The shotgun does a gang of damage, and it's ridiculous. And his ultimate is that he just piles bullets into the little shotgun and just starts unloading like a chain gun. And literally, we had 5 people as that, and then we had one person as one of the healers, the support. This Brazilian guy with dreads, and he's able to do speed boost and heal the whole team and heal. So it was one guy as that, and everybody else was the hog, and it would got to a point where you're kind of like, okay, it's funny the first time, but round after round it was just the same thing. Then it was the whole team was Farah, and then one healer, and so everybody's just launching rockets, and it's like, okay, I understand, it's funny, get the whole thing, but after a while it just becomes like, what, you need to, I hope that maybe that's something they look at and they change it up, or maybe only one person is able to be that player for that game. I think that would really kind of balance it out, especially as well as one of the, I think he's a support player, Benson, I think his name is. If I'm butchering the name, sorry for that. But he's a tank, and he can actually, I think he's a support player though, if I remember correctly. But he's able to turn into a tank and a turret actually, and just sit there and unload. And as well as that, he's able to turn into his specialist, turning into a tank, driving around with a bazooka. The bazooka thing's fine. I totally understand that. But him transforming into a turret, and yeah, he's stable, but if you find these some of these levels, I even tested it out, and with the little crevice that you have, you're just unloading into that area. Nobody can hit you, and they can't get past you unless they have somebody that has a shield of some nature, or you have a tracer that can zoom past and go behind. You're kind of stuck, and on top of that, he heals himself, so he's firing. He takes a little damage, kills everybody else, and he's able to go and weld himself back together and get full heal. Like, I think maybe that needs to be limited or brought down a little bit, just because of that. Like I said, this game has a lot of good things for it, especially like if you're brand new coming into the game, or coming into first-person shooters, and you want to take something different than Call of Duty, then this is definitely the game for you. Like I said, for me, I really enjoyed the game. I really like the leveling up. I like each character. They each have their own abilities, and the thing is, you get to build a team, and each team is different. Each team is a little bit different, and so, you have it's not like one team is the best. There's not just one team, even with the Roadhogs or whatever. We actually won a few games against them because the map just didn't work for them. Each map is laid out a little differently, and they just weren't able to do anything with it. So it is a really good diverse game. You and your team can definitely build up different loadouts for different teammates and really say, okay, this level's made for this guy and this guy, and we're gonna use this healer. So it is a good team-oriented game. If you definitely have a few friends, you definitely want to get on together and play, so you guys can, you know, really build a solid team and be able to play longer. If not, it is still good for a single player, you know, if you're just going in, jumping into lobbies and trying to play. As long as, you know, definitely get a mic is going to help, or know how to type pretty quickly. But definitely when you have the mic, it helps out. You're able to support your players as well as they support you in the team speak, and you have a funner experience. But you have a better time with the game. So for me, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm gonna be releasing a different video this week that has a lot of the gameplay, has a lot of the the gameplay I was able to play with people, and you'll kind of be able to see like what I'm talking about, some of the little bugs they have, some of the little things that kind of like hopefully they work on those and they kind of take them out, especially that whole everybody being able to choose the same person. I think for me, limiting it to one person choosing each character that they want for that round, I think works. I really do think it works. So like I was saying, hopefully you guys, like I said, I enjoyed the beta. Hopefully you guys, it's something you want to look into. It comes out actually in May, I believe May 24th, at the end of this month. So, you know, right now they're doing the pre-orders. You can definitely pre-order. They'll give you a few extra goodies here and there. But definitely, if you're looking for a first-person shooter, something away from Call of Duty, something a little bit more diverse, and, you know, definitely check this game out. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely gonna be picking this one up. But again, hopefully you guys had a great day. Again, I'm gonna be doing this just to kind of let everybody know what's happening and you know what's happening in the tech and gaming industry, especially if you're my age and you have kids and you have work and everything else. You don't have time to sit there and go to reviews and do this and do that. So this is gonna be like a little catch up, we're gonna call it, for the week before, so you kind of know what's happened in tech and in gaming news. So hopefully you guys are having a great day. You know, remember, keep a smile on, and remember one thing: always remember your Neverland. Always remember why you do stuff in life. That's gonna take you farther than you could ever think. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Sas.